Hello everyone, Non-Alligator back again. So, 1. I'm alive. Still here. 2. Just moved, so we got new apartment set up and all that. Um, I have been on a bit of an LTE bug, which is what all this is, and I'll go over this in a later video. But just as a quick getting back into the hang of things video, I've got myself here a Ericson Radio 2208 Band 48. This is a CBRS unit. It's got two antenna connectors, has the option for a clip-on directional antenna, which goes right here on top of it, or a cover if you're using external. Sadly, my antenna for this, because I did get one for it, it's not here yet. It's been delayed in I think Chicago or something. Chicago or New York due to weather, so that's nice. But what I like about these units is they come in three parts. You've got the antenna, doesn't have to be the Ericson one that goes in the front, it can be in separate external antenna. You've got the radio core, which has your I'll show it off at the end once I have it up and mounted in my test setup. You've got your CPRI transceivers in here, your power, your alarm, and that's it. So this does everything relating to RF, except for the actual signal. I would guess the IQ kind of signal creation, because all this is a giant SDR. That's what most modern LT equipment is. Well, even older equipment that did GSM and stuff. So like these bigger RRUS 12. This is a band 5 unit, dummy loaded. I am selling this one because I'm wanting to go with a different unit. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's just I want to go with this one for my pole mount solutions for events, and then I want to go with a they have a it's called a RUS. I want to go with one of those since it's a card instead of a remote radio. That way, for smaller events that I want to take this to, I can just use the RUS. For larger events that involve like towers or poles, etc., 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 we run the big old RRUS 12. This is a PCS band unit. Yes, all of this, whenever it's at events, will be what's the word I'm looking for? Licensed. For right now, I'm using dummy loads with everything turned to the minimum possible power and the UE power limit. The UE being the user endpoint or user device. That's also set all the way down. That way, it's not interfering with stuff. I do have that as well. That is a, I guess, diplexer's best kind of. So it takes PCS on that port, I think, and then cellular. It's called cellular band, but it's 850 on that port. Spits them out that port so I can put them into an antenna that can do both. So yeah, these are just giant. This one's a 380 watt, so that's 4 by 80, and then this one is 2 by 80, I believe, or 2 by 40. They're just giant SDRs. There's no actual. It does not understand or care what it's spitting out. It just wants the signal coming in over the fiber link here, and that's coming from the baseband unit. And the baseband unit is what actually creates the digital IQ signals. You got your transport network, etc., etc., etc. So this is the main controller. So the third part would be the power supply. Now, what's great about, what's kind of a problem with these units is that for some reason Ericson made them positive 36 volts. That's a problem because cell sites are either 24, well, I think positive 24, neg 48, or AC. Well, not AC for cell sites usually. Usually they are neg 48, because telco. So they have this PSU. I have the AC models here. This is a PSU AC10. And if we look at the back of this here, we've got the heatsink with these fans blowing air on the heatsink from bottom to top. We've got these little pegs here go into these slots so you can just clip it on, like I'll show you in a second. Basically, underneath this shield, I've got my fan cable, my alarm cable. If I want to, say I have, this is up on top of a tower with a tower strobe up on top, I can take the alarm relay output from that tower strobe, shove it into here, so if that tower strobe dies or has an alarm, this detects it and sends that down to the baseband. The baseband sends it to the operations monitoring server. Then I've got my AC input. Ground lug, it can also ground from the AC cable as well, so that's very cool. DC cable going into the radio to 2208. And yeah, it's a pretty nice unit. So, mounting these to a pole. You've got your 3 screw holes here if you're using a kind of angled mount. I don't know what the one from the Ericson actually uses, the OEM one, but I know there's third-party mounts that that use this, so you can angle it since it's got that directional antenna that you can put on it and just use it as basically an all-in-one Karen death ray. Alternatively, if you want to just mount it on a wall, I honestly don't trust that. I don't know anyone would. But if you do, then you've got your holes here for what I did. So on the back here, we've just got some pipe clamp. Goes through there, goes to my pole, tighten it down. This one is also a PSU AC10. Put down my screwdriver. And I've got it hooked up to a power cord here. I needed a slightly longer one, but this works because I just got this mounted a little while ago. So yeah, let's see how easy it is to stickers coming off. Let's see how easy it is to put the radio on there. So these things they're quite light. I want to say about 5-ish pounds. So we have, oops, someone's calling me on my console. That just clips onto there, goes onto the other side, goes on like that. Grab our screwdriver, put it in the hole. If I can, there we go. And then just tighten down those clamps there so this doesn't come off. And keep in mind, I'm doing this all one-handed, which is honestly quite a feat. Would not be able to do it with these units. You got some nice heavy-duty clamps on there. So yeah, we're going to undo that. These are all captive screws. Oh, looks like me bashing a screwdriver around caused all my bits to go loose. Let's get that on there. What's nice is that they use the same Torx bolt for everything on this unit. So reasonably, you never need to change bits, or you can get a solid shaft screwdriver with, I think it's the Torx T10 is what I'm using. So that's quite convenient. There we go. So now we do have this nice little strap on here, so we can just lift that up and under. So now you can see CPRA transceiver 1 and 2, because you can chain these. So basically if I have a second one of these mounted, let's say over here, I can run my one fiber up the tower into port 1, and then I can run another like short little jumper fiber from port 2 to port 1 on the other unit. And if I, have 3 more underneath it, I can then chain them like that. So that's quite nice, and that's one thing I do like about these Ericson units. So then we grab that out, grab our power cable with the little doodly-doos on the bottom. I'm gonna lift up the waterproofing so we can get that cable through there. There we go. Now we're going to try and line that up nicely. There we go. Plug that in. She's in there nice and snug. Make sure that waterproofing's good. Put that on there. Oop. Okay, so this part is going to be a little bit tricky with one hand, but I'm going to do it. There we go. Got one screw in there, and that's all I really need. Switch direction on my screwdriver. Oop. We're just going to do finger tight for right now. Come back here in a second once I get them all on there and get them nice and tight on there for, say if this was outside, weatherproofing reasons. Okay, nice. There we go. And then I haven't quite seen how the actual antenna clips on there, but assuming you run the coax jumper through here, through that clip into here, and into here, and then just kind of put it on. And I'm guessing there's probably a screw of some sort, but don't know. It's not here yet, and I'm not a cellular tech, so who knows? But did that all one-handed while trying to point a camera around, so yeah, it's on there nice and solid. And then this mount right here is for the newer Ericson radio unit as well, but the bigger ones. Yeah. So, yeah, quick little just foray into cellular technologies. It's going to be a little bit more on this and the kind of system I'm using for the core and all that. So, yeah. See y'all.